Hi everyone, welcome back to Database Solution. I hope you are doing very well. In this video, we are going to look at how to aggregate data in custom query language KQL, and then how we can group it and combine this with aggregation, which is very similar to what you might already know from SQL. Okay, to make this practical, we are using here a stock dataset. Okay, so before going forward, I request to viewer to please subscribe the channel and like this video. Find this video helpful to you. Now let's get started. In KQL, custom query language, we use here summarize keyword. Whenever we want to aggregate data, think of this like in SQL group by keyword. Instead of using group by in KQL, we use here summarize keyword. Okay. So let me suppose you want to calculate how many records available in this stock table. So simply write here stock, and then we use here, instead of using group by, we use here in KQL summarize keyword and use here count. Okay, so let me execute. This is count or number of records in this table. Here is the count. Let me give here alias name total row. Okay, total row. Then we need to write here equal to, in KQL simply write here as then alias name. In KQL we need to write first alias name then equal to. Okay, so let me highlight this and execute. You can see here alias name, but usually we want to more just a count. Let's say we want to know the maximum closing price across entire data set. So how to calculate maximum closing price? Simply write here table name, then use here summarize keyword, and then let's give here maximum max close as a alias name of column, and then write here function max, and then write here close as a column. Here close column available in stock table. So let me execute. Okay, and of course we can also add here another column, for example minimum column of aggregation. Okay, so let me write here min close, this is alias name, and then use here function min, and this is minimum closing price across entire data set. So let me highlight this query and execute. This is maximum of entire data set, this is minimum of entire data set. Okay, so this way we get both maximum minimum closing stock price in one result. Now instead of aggregating our entire data set, we want to see these results broken down by ticker column. Okay, so for example I want to calculate here average closing price per ticker. So let me use here table name, and then use here summarize keyword and alias name as average closing price. Let me use here average function, then write here close column name, and I want this broken down by, so this is average of entire data set, and but I want to broken down by ticker column. So let me use here y keyword to broken down by ticker. So let me use here ticker column. Let me execute now. You can see here ticker column and average column. So in this way we now get a table where each row is a ticker symbol and average of its closing price. Okay, so average of this SBAC, average of SBL is closing price is this one 39.04. Okay, now we are not limited to one aggregation either. Let's say we want to see the average closing price, maximum closing price, and minimum closing price per ticker column. So let me copy this and paste here. I want here also minimum, so first write here maximum closing price alias name, and then use here max function, and let me write here close, and also calculate here minimum. First we need to write here alias name in KQL, and then use here function and use here column name. Okay, by ticker. Okay, so let me execute. So now we get a neat summary of each stock ticker column showing all three aggregation, average, maximum, and minimum. As for SVAC, this is the average of SAVC in entire data set. This is maximum of SVAC. This is minimum of SAVAC, and so on. Now let's say we want to see also ticker and date. So let me suppose we want to see here week of year, okay, using date column. So how to get? Let me use this query and paste here, copy this and remove this, and I want to see here by ticker column, and let me suppose you want to see also by week of year. So simply comma, and let me give here alias name week of year. And how to calculate? Let me use here week of year function, and we have a date column. So we want to calculate here a week of year from date column, and we want to summarize average of closing price by ticker and week of year. So let me calculate. So you can see here table, ticker column and week of year, and this is average in this week and for ticker symbol SVAC. Okay, so in this way we can simply calculate, very easy. So let us summarize what we did here. We learned summarize keyword to aggregate data. We use here function like count, max, min and average. We combine them with grouping using by keyword, and we even group by multiple column like ticker and week of year. So in the next lesson we are take this step further and look at how to visualize our query directly inside this tool. Okay, so please stay tuned. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe the channel and like this video. If you have any question, feel free to ask using comment box. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.